We all have things that we want to do, that career, that passion, that dream. But what happens when the rules of that dream clash with your identity? I got a question for you. How important are the things that you want to do when they come with stipulations and rules that you can't agree with? On this podcast episode, we're reacting to a story that comes front and center with this situation.
Teaching boys about financial literacy, the importance of having good relationships, and how to become a man.
This is the Raising Carter podcast. I'm your host, Ramon Weatherall. I'm flying solo. Don't got the star of the show, Raising Carter, my son Carter. But this is an important one. This is just between me and you, dads. Me and you, fellas. This the little guys, we keeping them out of this one because this one we need to talk about. We need to talk about how do you handle adversity? How do you handle when the thing you want to do more than anything else comes with stipulations you don't agree with, you don't want to do? What do you do? And on this episode, I got a video for you that I'm going to kick to, that I want you to check out, and then I'm going to react to it, give you my opinion, and I want you to give your opinion in the comments. Tell me what you think about this situation. Without further ado, here is the video that I'm talking about right here.
Chance Johnson says Gary's police chief gave him an ultimatum days after he was sworn in. Cut your braids in 24 hours or be terminated. He says he thought the department would allow him to keep his hair because of his religion, but he was fired the next day. Tonight, he is calling for change and his job back. These cornrow braids that Chance Johnson has been growing for more than 4 years are the subject of what he calls an unjust move by the Gary Police Department. Johnson says he was fired last month because he wouldn't cut his hair.
It represents strength. It allows me to represent myself and my faith and myself as a person.
Johnson says he practices the Rastafarian religion. He says hair is seen as a symbol of strength, identity, and pride, and cutting it would go against his religious beliefs.
When black people were brought over to America, one of the first things that was done was their hair was cut off to strip them from the identity. It represents my faith and what I stand for.
Johnson, his wife, and 4 kids moved from Dallas to Gary for the officer position. He says he passed every test and was offered the job.
I wanted to be that police officer that if I seen something wrong going on, I can step in and do the right thing.
A Gary City Council member posted this photo on Facebook showing Johnson and the new recruits during their swearing-in ceremony. That day, Johnson says the commander told him the chief had a problem with his hair.
I said, okay, sir, I had no idea that this could be a problem, but I do have a religious accommodation form that I wanted to submit to you. And he didn't say anything else. He just said, okay, I'll talk to you after the ceremony.
Johnson says he contacted HR right away to seek a religious accommodation to keep his hair. About a week later, Johnson says the police chief scheduled a meeting with him, stating he had 24 hours to cut his braids or he'd be terminated, citing safety reasons.
If it's about safety, why is it that the females get to keep their hair? And then that's when he told me that he didn't have to answer my questions, and now this is getting to be more of an argument, and he wasn't having it.
Johnson says he was fired the next day. He believes his civil rights were violated, citing Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Title VII prohibits private, state, and local government employers with 15 or more employees from discriminating on the basis of race, sex, national origin, and religion.
He said in the state of Indiana, they don't have to accommodate religious requests. I never heard of anything like that.
I reached out to the city of Gary and the Gary Police Department. A spokesperson for the city of Gary responded by saying, quote, "The city of Gary can confirm this is a personnel matter that we are reviewing. We are committed to fair treatment of all employees and compliance with applicable employment laws." Johnson says he wants Gary PD to be held accountable and he wants his job back, but not if it means cutting his hair.
It's nice and neat and professional looking. I don't think anybody should be terminated for their religious beliefs, especially when it's not doing any harm to anybody around them.
Johnson says he has not heard from the Gary Police Department since he was fired last month, but he is still hopeful for a resolution. As for where things stand today, the city of Gary told me it cannot provide additional details about individual personnel matters at this time.
And they're not going to call you back because they fired you. And if you ask me, honestly, I'm not mad at them for firing you because to me, sir, your priorities are all mixed up. Okay. You're more concerned with your hair than the opportunity and the career and the duty at hand. Okay. Yeah, your hair is cute, it's fly, it's all that. And you want to keep it. But is it safe? Is your hair safe? It's not safe. Your hair, I didn't, when the first time I watched it like 2 or 3 times. I didn't know it was as long as it is. It's past shoulder length. Even women can't have hair past their shoulders. Your hair, sir, is longer than your shoulders. It comes past your shoulders. So the excuse that you use that why can women have their hair like that? Women can't even have their hair past their shoulder length. Women can't even do that. So, and you're not a woman, you're a man, all right? And when they showed the other recruits, no one else had hair like you. So you believe that you should be able to keep your job and be different from everyone else. The police force is very in line or similar to the military. Have you ever seen anyone in the military with cornrows, sir? No. I've never seen a cop with cornrows. I'm 52 years old. I've never seen a police officer, not an undercover, a police officer with cornrows. Okay? So, like I said, to me, your priorities are all mixed up. And if your religion was that important, that should have been the first question you asked when you apply for this position. That's the first thing you should have asked. I have, you know, a religious thing about my hair, which I've never heard before, but okay, you should have put that. And I'm not gonna let the Gary the police department off the hook. They should have told you during training, during testing, during when you were filling out the application, moving from Dallas to Gary, you cannot wear your hair like that, sir. If you are going to join the force, you are going to be asked or told to cut your hair. And once that commander told you the police chief had a problem with your hair, when you met with him a week later, your hair should have been cut. If doing the job, if being a police officer was that important to you, cutting your hair should have been the sacrifice. Cutting your hair should have been the sacrifice, sir, because we are in need of good black police officers. We are in need of good police officers, period. Fair, honest men who put their lives on the line for us, for us, for us. And I think your priorities are out of line and out of whack because you have 4 children of your own. What kind of example are you setting for them? What kind of example are you setting for them? Because there are men who've lost their life doing the thing you say you want to do. Like this good brother right here. We lost him this summer. Does he have cornrows, sir? No. Some people are like, oh man, you're going too far. No, I'm not going too far. I'm not going too far because you want to do what this man lost his life doing. Your priorities are out of whack. You don't know what it takes to do this job. The chief fired you because you can't follow orders. That's what's wrong with too many of us. You want to join something that requests you and demands you to follow orders, but you don't want to at the first hint of being told what to do. Your priorities are out of whack. You don't know what it takes. You don't understand what you're up against. Fuck your hair. So I'm not mad at them for not hiring you because it's serious out here. Your job is serious. Police officers, firefighters, doctors, surgeons, trauma surgeons, teachers, mothers, man, these jobs are serious as a heart attack. They're life and death occupations and things that you must do. So your hair should be the last thing that you concerned with. You better be concerned with people like this. I can come outside. What you talking about? Tear your whole crib down. I can come outside. What you talking about? Tear your whole crib down. That's the man that killed our brother right here. That's the man who did it. Ambushed him with an assault rifle. That's the job that's the job you want to take. That's the type of people you will come in contact with. And you sitting up here worried about your motherfucking hair. You are not serious about what it takes to do the duty, the job, the career that you're asking to be a part of. You are not serious. I'm going to leave my brother's picture up here. Look, if you a man, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do. It's too many of us who don't want to do that. It's too many of us who think we can finesse, game, be janky with the process, the system. No. When men, good men, with families just like you, just like me, put their lives on the line, follow orders, do what they told, and still end up losing their life, and you say you want to do the same thing, but you sitting up here worrying about your hair, making excuses, talking about your religion and all this, and bringing, the women officers in it and all that, no one's going to hire you. No one's going to hire you. And you shouldn't even want people to hire you. Honestly, you shouldn't have ever done this video. You should have never took this to the news because it makes you look bad. Even those people interviewing you, if you had to ask them what they thought, they probably would tell you, if this is what you want to do, you probably going to need to cut your hair. You're probably going to need to cut your hair. Like I said, I've never seen in my life a police officer with cornrows. Never. Never seen it. And the fact that you want to bring like women officers in it, I'm just going to show you a video of how this officer does her hair.
Take my first hair tie, wrap it around so that it's nice and secure. I twist it like this, and I wrap it around the ponytail. And I keep twisting and wrapping. Then I take a scrunchie, wrap that around like that. Sometimes I'll go back in just to flatten some pieces here. Then I go back in with just a smidge more. Get the edges right here. Smooth these up. This castor oil lasts all day. It's gonna stay slick all day. That's everything I do.
Yeah. Yeah. So her hair isn't beneath her shoulders. For security and for safety purposes. Brother, your hair is past your shoulders. Your hair is past your shoulders. Why would you think that's okay? Why would you want to go out and deal with men like I showed you who shot and killed our brother and put your life on the line with hair that's unsafe? The chief told you it's a safety reason. And I'm going to say it because I know a lot of people are thinking it. You're wearing a hairstyle that is going to confuse the public with the people. A lot of the people that are doing illegal, criminal things, you're wearing the same hairstyle they're wearing. What's the difference between you and the people that are running around here doing shit that they ain't supposed to do? Now, you might not like it, but that's the way it is. You're not just policing black people, you're policing other races. So what's the difference between you and them? You look just like them. Hell, they think we all look alike anyway. They think we know all each other. They think we all related. We all look alike and everything. So yeah, that's not something the police chief can tell you, but that's something I'm gonna tell you. That's something one of your OGs should have told you. And I bet you people probably told you stuff like this, but you did it anyway. There are too many men out there who think and act like this dude right here. And that's why you fumbled the bag. That's why you in 5 to 10 years, you're going to look at and say, you know what? I should have cut my damn hair. You should have cut your damn hair when you found out and you decided you was coming from Dallas to Gary. You should have went to your barber and cut your hair right there. But your hair and looking cute is more important than being a police officer. And that's why your ass ain't one. This is the Raising Carter podcast. I am your host, Ramon Weatherall. Look, if you got any value from this video, go to our website, buildbetterdads.com. That's where we try to help men be better dads. Sometimes as fathers, as men, you have to do things you don't want to do. Cut your hair, work a shift you don't want to, work on the weekends, take a second job, do things you don't want to do for the sake of your family. You got 4 kids, bro. You just passed up an opportunity to have a pension, health insurance, all these things that could have helped your family for your hair. Ninja, please. Peace.